What makes you special? Think about this question for a second. How do you differentiate yourself from all the other human beings, from all the other living creatures in the universe? And by the way, how do we measure success? Trying to answer all of these mysteries was a long journey for me. I thought that I knew that extraordinary thing that differentiates me from everyone else in the room. I thought that my attitude and achievements will be more than enough to put me on the top and preserve my value. Thus, the bigger my achievements are compared to everyone else in the room, the happier and more satisfied I would be. I found myself in a race to always put myself on the top. I always needed to be one step ahead of my peers. And it doesn't matter how small or big the step was, it's just that I wanted to feel different. And then you realize that all of what you've done or will do, your ideas, thoughts, and dreams, are just the product of the human mind. Human, which on planet Earth alone, we do have 8 billion human beings. And the odds for any of those humans to do what you've done, or even better, is very high. In my college life, I was invited to many conferences that gather some of the smartest people in the world, where I've got the chance to be in places like Harvard University and NASA Space Centers, Google offices. And I thought that this is going to be a great opportunity to talk about myself and share my story. One time, after sharing my achievements, a 19-year-old girl started sharing her story and how NASA named an asteroid after her name. I can tell you that day was weird. I didn't feel the smartest person in the room. I didn't have that usual feeling of being the smartest or the one with the most exciting story to tell. I thought, okay, I will level up my game. I will work on more interesting projects, so next time I will make sure that I will be the one with the most exciting story to tell. And so, months later, I was bragging about my algorithm that can understand unstructured data, data such as emails and Facebook posts and so on. And so theoretically speaking, it might lead us to a system that automatically read and respond to all of your emails. So you won't even need to spend late nights working on your emails. How cool is that? I thought that this is going to be a very, very cool project. And I will be the one with the most exciting story to tell. Well, did it work out that way exactly? And there it is again, another girl talking about her algorithm that might lead us to the first picture of the black hole in human history. The girl's name was Katie Bauman, who led the development of the first algorithm, of the imaging algorithm of the black hole, which might have so much impact on the universe and proving theories like Einstein relative theory. Oh God. This had the same feeling of almost discovering that alien intelligent life is real, and you have to deal with this disturbing fact. So it was on the beach. Yeah, this is the alien intelligent life. It was on the beach in a place called Paraty. It's a very beautiful place in Brazil. After a very, very intense boot camp, working 22 hours a day, I decided to go there for a couple of days with me, myself, and I, and a bunch of books. The goal was to read a book and run 25 kilometers every single day. You cannot miss a day or you will lose the whole point of it. So one day I was reading the book of A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. He was discussing the fact of time traveling and how it might be possible if a particle find a way to travel back in time by creating a wormhole between the future and the past. But wait a second, what does this have to do with answering the question, what makes us special? Well, bear with me, I promise we will figure it out at the end. Let's think about particles for a second. If we think about specific family of particles, like quarks, they look the same, they act the same, but what does make a particle different from the others? It isn't what it made of or what it has. It is the particle's history that consists of all the interaction that the particle had with its own surrounding. This image implies that each particle has its own history that consists of all the interaction it had with the other particles and the impact it had on the universe. So it will be very, very hard, if not impossible, for two particles to have the same history. Unless a particle find a way to create a wormhole, traveling back in time, take the place of the first particle. In other words, if we thought of ourselves as particles, our history and impact on others is what makes us special. It's the way you impact others, your family, friends, colleagues, and classmates. It's all special, it's all unique. Your role in this world is irreplaceable. It's like your fingerprint. And if you think about it physically enough, the only way for another particle or another human being to have your own unique history is to find a way to travel back in time, take your place, kick you out. Don't ever underestimate your own power. The small interactions that you have with others can be your greatest achievement ever. It's like the butterfly effect phenomena. And technically speaking, it is the sensitive dependence on an initial condition in which a small change in one state in a deterministic nonlinear system can lead to a larger change in a later state. In other words, a butterfly fluttering its wings might result into a tornado in New York. So the conclusion is, your role in this world is so unique. And to give you a real-world example of the butterfly effect, it was 7th grade, and my teacher came to me for no occasional reason. He said, Najeeb, you are a very smart student, and I'm so proud that you are my student. The way he believed in me that day stayed with me since. Every time I face an obstacle, I remember his words, and I move on. I've been encountered by many great men and women, people who left the best of them in my soul, and I won't be standing here in front of you without their all fluttering, tiny actions that I encountered in my life. The world today is built on chaos and deception. Yet, despite all the disruption in the world, we have a very great chance to change it all. Your tiny fluttering actions can be turned into tornadoes that can bring down all the boundaries and the deception about this world, making it a better place for everyone. So the conclusion is, your role in this world is so unique. Your role in this world is so unique in the way that you impact the people that you love around you. Other people can impact these people as well, but never like you. It was meant to be for you and you only. You are a very special particle in this world. Your role is so unique. Go and make the most out of it. Thank you. Shukran.